Burgess, off the mic, please. Hmm? Hmm? Okay? Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Good afternoon, viewers. I hope we all having a great day. We've been facing a little bit of technical issues, but I think now it's been settled. Hopefully, we're gonna pass through this easily. Some of our how to call it members have been here with us. I guess if you are still with us, can you kindly confirm you have Mr. Sheikh Sise, Ibrahim Asila, and Adama? Can you have your cameras on, please, if you are with us? Yeah, sorry, we're still trying to fix the connections issues or the internet that we're facing here right now. I hope we're gonna resolve it as soon as possible so that we can start the program well. But notwithstanding, I guess since I'm able to communicate to you, you might kindly want to confirm, please, the candidates. You might kindly want to confirm if you are hearing me very well so that we can go straight to the rules of the debate and then we kickstart the program from there.
Yes, we can hear you.
Très bien. Thank you. Thank you very much, Silla. And Abu Bakar, if you are with us, can you kindly have your camera on? Okay. My co-host would be joining us shortly, as I was telling you that he have some emergency, but hopefully he will be joining us for the program, inshallah. And today, I guess yesterday was interesting, but hopefully today we're gonna make it way more interesting than it was yesterday because we're gonna have it very, very, very interactive, and then most likely also we're gonna have those individuals that would be liking to ask questions directly to you. We are gonna invite them to the live program, and they will have the opportunity to do so. So that is all aimed to make sure that the program is really interactive and the questions are being passed in the best way possible to the candidates. Thank you. So, for the rules of the debate, I will read the rules of the debate. Nothing different from yesterday. Everything is the same. But first, I'm gonna do the introductions of myself and my host for the program. From there, the candidates are gonna equally introduce themselves, and they will be each candidate will be given 3 minutes to present their manifesto. After the presentation of manifesto, no candidates is should equally interrupt a speaker. And for the position which is having an opponent, like the position of a vice president, each of the candidates would be given the chance to ask a questions to the opponent, and the questioner may ask any fair question, fair, clear, and direct, which is having direct correlation with the debate, nothing personal or nothing. That might bring misunderstanding. I'm sure we are not gonna do that. Equally, no name calling or personal attack, which is very clear. We should keep the debate about facts, logic, and the topic on hand. We would equally give 2 minutes maximum that will be allocated to answer any question from the moderator, except otherwise that one is allowed to elaborate more. And the candidates also must be on time during the debate. And actually that has happened because we've been together, since. And we also try to make sure that the background noise from where we are is a bit reduced, so that we can maximize, and the audience can also be able to hear from us very well. So, as I said from the beginning, my name is Ibrahim Jallo. I'm the current chairman of the Gasam Electoral Committee. Unfortunately, I'm unable to be joined by my committee members right now because of some emergencies and perhaps technical issues. But they will be joining us shortly so that we can make the program as more interesting as possible. Uh, Aside from that, I guess I will welcome each and every one of you to give brief introductions of yourself. From there, we keep the program going. Let's start with Mr. Ibrahim Silla. Ibrahim Silla, you are highly welcome. Can you please introduce yourself?
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullah. Good afternoon to everyone. First of all, I would like to say Eid Mubarak to everyone. I hope everybody's having a beautiful and a happy Eid wherever you are having it. And I am Ibrahim Silla, and I am aspiring for the position of PRO, Public Relation Officer. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Silla, for that brief introductions. Let's move up on with Mr. Abubakar Sow. If you are with us, Abubakar, you might want to kindly on your camera. Thank you for doing that. Can you please introduce yourself?
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Jallo. Well, viewers, my name is Abubakar So. I'm currently a master student and I'm aspiring for the position of a presidency in the Gambia Students Association in Morocco.
Thank you, Abu, for that brief introductions. Moving on, we would give Musa Sise the opportunity to equally introduce himself.
Well, Assalamu alaikum, everyone. I hope everyone is having a good day. Am I audible, guys? Am I audible?
Yes, you're audible.
Okay, my name is Musasi, a second year law student at the University Hassan Day in Setak, Sano. Yeah, I'm a candidate aspiring for the sports secretary. Yeah, I think that's all. I hope it Mubarak to everyone.
Thank you very much, Big Moss. Let's have Mr. Sheikh Sise to introduce himself, please.
Thank you very much, Ibrahim Ojejalo. I mean, I'll start by using happy Tobaski to, the entire Muslim Ummah, especially those of the, Gazamians here in Morocco. I am Sheikh Sise, a current master student at the University of Mohammed VI Polytechnic. Pursuing industrial technology for future factories. And I am honored today to be with you. I'm vying for the position of vice presidency for this election 2024. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Sheikh. Last but not the least, we have Mr. Adam Abba, whose device I'm currently using. I'll just give I'll just give him to introduce himself right now. Adama, can you kindly introduce yourself?
Okay, assalamu alaikum everyone. Ibn Mubarak, first of all. My name is Adam Abba, a second year law student at Ibn University, Kenitra. I'm the outgoing sports secretary of Gasam, and I'm the current aspirant of the position of a vice president in Gasam. Thank you all.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for that beautiful introduction. I think now we will just go straight for the program, and we ask the questions that are with the. But can we kindly have our mic muted to ensure the smooth communication between us? Uh, First of all, we will follow the same chronology to invite Mr. Ibrahim Asiellah, the aspirant for the position of a PRO, to, I mean, he doesn't have a manifesto, of course, because he was one of those that were nominated for the program or for the position. I mean, but I'm sure he have been a quite genuine member of the association, genuine by, I mean, all its aspects. You've been a very, very active member in Gasam, be it in sports, be it in even in communication in general. Because I can remember some time ago when I was a PRO, was it a year ago? He actively used to, I mean, host few of Gasam programs that in which the PRO is not present. Let's say events that happened in Rabat in which I'm not present. I would just delegate the task to him. From there, he would be there to volunteer the program. Aside from that, also he's been, very, very much engaged when it comes to. We all know him, Dali Ibrahima. When we talk about him, he's somebody who doesn't even need an introduction in Gasam. So I mean, I guess my question would be more of the fact that, I mean, the late interest that you've shown. Of course, I cannot say late interest because I know at the end of the day, we are students. We have a lot of, I mean, reasons why we might not come for certain positions at a given point in time. But that doesn't also, I mean, signifies that we are not people who are interested for vying for certain positions. There is no, I mean, direct correlation between the two. But then I would just like to hear from you, not to assume, like, why, because I'm sure everybody would be interested to know why do you come right now and not in the beginning. Silla, if you are with me, kindly answer this question.
I mean, assalamu alaikum warahmatullah. Thank you very much, Mr. Jallo, for that question. Um, honestly, I would say um, there wouldn't be any right answer to come out late and not like vying for any position from the start, from the go. But like every other student, it wasn't always like the best time for me. But then, as as we all love Gasam, seeing Gasam people vying for elections and we having like not enough candidates vying for positions and having vacant positions, that is something me as a Gasam man and how I hold Gasam to, I cannot let that go. So in that case, I will have to like volunteer in no matter how difficult it is for me. It is like very, very difficult. I'm in a very hectic position. The conditions I am in, if you can like put into consideration, like not many students in the category I am will be found in the Gasam executive and so on. So it is not very common. So with all that, but then seeing that there are vacant positions in these elections, I couldn't just myself couldn't just let that be. So that was one of the main reasons that motivated to come. That motivated me to come in this right now. I've always been aspiring to be part of the Gasam executive, but the time never permits me. And yeah, I wouldn't complain of my schedules because I know every other student has the same or even more hectic schedules than I do. But then, yeah,
Thank you very much, Silla. I guess we've really heard from you on that point. I'm sure a lot of people would have been interested to know about your interest lately. For me personally, I guess I'm somebody who is really, really positive about, I mean, people, I mean, coming forth to serve the association. I mean, be it as it may, whether it's early or late, because at the end of the day, it signifies their interest to serve and sacrifice for the association in a nutshell. So I wouldn't say the fact that you didn't come early that this would have been this and this way. Of course, better time is always there, and the best time is also the most preferable time to do certain stuff. which is the most desirable. But as the saying goes, if the desirable is not available, the available become the most desirable. So that was the first question for me, to Mr. Silla. Moving on, I guess we will go for the next candidate to actually give us a little rundown, a brief rundown of their manifestos. You have 3 minutes to do so. We are following the same chronology, please. Can you go ahead? It's Abubakar, I believe. It's Abubakar, right?
Yeah. All right. Thank you so much. I will go through my manifesto. You said I have 3 minutes, so I will just give a brief rundown of my manifesto since I have already shared it with the other views. Um, I'll first start by saying I am honored to be applying for this position because I have served. I have volunteered in a lot of Gasam activities. And me coming here to apply for this position as a president, it's really an honor for me. I will go through my manifesto. My manifesto, I divided it into four parts. The first part is about academic support. The second part is about professional development, and the third part is the community engagement, student advocacy, and welfare. And the fourth one is about transparency and accountable leadership. So, starting with the academic support, first, my plans there are about establishing sessions like the tutoring sessions like we used to have here in Gasam. We used to have some seniors that used to help students that have some difficulties in certain areas. So I plan to maintain this or bring it back to help students that are facing difficulties in certain areas to provide them with some tutors. And the second one also is to collaborate with different institutions, to organize seminars and workshops on topics that are of interest for our nation and for us as students. And the third one also is to create a platform where students will be able to share their knowledge, and even if they have any material, academic material that they would like to share with their fellow students. So how I plan to do this, before I thought of using the Gasam website, but seeing that the Gasam website it's going to take a lot of time for it to be created, and for this academic support or the resource center to be added there. My plan, what I'm thinking about is to create a WhatsApp group where Gasamians would be, and this WhatsApp group, the purpose would be just for that, where students will be sharing their either past questions or their examination experiences, or if they have other books that they would like to share with their students. So moving on to the second point, which is about the professional development. Under the professional development, my first plan is to advocate for internship, because I believe that we left our country to come here not just to learn but also to develop ourselves professionally, either through internships or maybe through working. Through this, if we are working here or we have some experience in internship, when we go back home to our country, at least we'll be able to add some values to our country, not just what we learn in class, but we learn the theories that we learn in class. This internship will help us to apply them in real life or practically. So my plan here is to collaborate with different organizations here in Morocco and also in the Gambia for students that will go to the Gambia for holidays and would like to do internships. And also, for these internships to work, also, I think it is important also to have things like workshops on resume like writing, and also trying to help the students know the interview procedures, and also help invite people that are experienced in these areas in terms of recruitment, to help students, give them the techniques that are required when it comes to recruitment and interview, and how they will successfully pass their interviews. And the third one also is to establish partnerships with different organizations. Like I just said, it's just the same thing. and with the alumni networks, so just to help the students and offer them mentorship programs. So moving on to the third point, which is under the community engagement, student welfare, and advocacy. There, my first plan under the community under the community engagement is to, for us the Gasamians to be able to integrate ourselves here in Morocco. We can at least try to look for some services that where we can participate in here in Morocco in order to boost our association and to expand our association so that it will be recognized here in Morocco by the Moroccans and other authorities that are here in Morocco. So my plan here is at least maybe if we can visit some orphanages or maybe participate in when it comes to this sustainable development, things like tree planting exercises, or whenever there are activities here in Morocco that are of interest for the association, we can participate in it, and other projects also, just to volunteer and help boost our association. And the second one also is to collaborate with the different student associations and also diplomatic missions here in Morocco, just to advocate for the interests of the association, and also to raise awareness about health issues that are affecting the students here, because we are far from our families and sometimes we go through a lot of stress here in Morocco, stress management, and other countries also. If you are far from your family, sometimes there are things that you always deal with. So here, my plan is, I was part of the confederation of the Gambian students abroad, and we had a similar thing where we invited some people, who came, and we had a session called the Wellbeing Hour, where we invited professionals, and they gave us a rundown about stress management and well-being hours, about the general well-being, physical and mental health, just to, sometimes we think that we are normal, but in general we are not that much normal. So I think if we invite professionals, they can tell us what we need. And yeah, so moving on, under the still under this the community engagement, student welfare and advocacy is to advocate for financial aid from AMSI, and also for scholarships, from the Gambia government for the master students, because recently this year, especially this year, the students that are doing masters and PhD are not receiving any stipend, neither from AMSI nor from the Gambia government. So my plan here is to advocate for this, discuss with Mohas, and also discuss with AMSI together with the embassy in order to help resolve this situation, and also to advocate for the timely arrival of the Gambian stipend. And finally, under the transparent and accountable leadership, is to establish regular communication channels, that a communication between the executive and the General Assembly, where we'll always be sharing our information, to be transparent about our decision making and processes, and also to create to solicit a feedback and a suggestion mechanism from the members, through like a survey whenever we plan to do something. Just like the constitution said, we always have to consult the General Assembly, just to make the things transparent for everybody. And also maintain a transparency also in financial matters by publishing the annual budget, the expenditures, and everything, the audit reports, just like it is mentioned in the constitution, and like how the previous executive used to do it. And thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Abu Bakar, for that wonderful rundown for your manifesto. Even though you exceeded the 3 minutes allocated for it, but it's still not a big problem because at least members have the opportunity to hear in details about your manifesto. Seku is finally here with us. Seku, thank you for being around.
Thank you very much, my boss. Greetings to you all. It's a pleasure being here.
Thank you very much, Seku. So, just a short question to Abubakar. I mean, the first question. You've really had very, very interesting projects from the onset. I mean, you have a lot of them. And personally, I guess one of my question would be the fact that you know Gasam. is a, how to call it, work in progress thing. Always you have executive who will come with a lot of projects, and deja you have currently existing project in the level of the association. So my concern would be more of you having a lot of these projects, which is really commendable because they are very excellent projects. But how would you make sure that you are able to integrate these projects that you have with the currently existing projects, perhaps to scale them up to make sure that, I mean, they are being better instead of replacing or having a lot of projects that might perhaps at some point complicate your work, because you've made mention of, let's say, mentorship thing. Deja, we have mentorship programs in Gasam. So I think with the project that you have, it will be a matter of scaling up the currently existing mentorship program uh, to, to ensure that the project would be, I mean, better off Dal. So how are you planning to go about this?
Yeah, just like you said, Gasam is like a work in progress thing. So every executive will come with their plans. But if you look at my manifesto, most of these plans are, have been carried on, and they were, most of them were already existing in the association, like the mentorship programs and others. Just I have just few of the plans that are, I can say, kind of new for the association, like when it comes to internships and also maybe the community engagement programs. But apart from that, most of the programs can be easily fused with the already existing programs. You just have to, brush it off and just to make it better, like you said. So I think it will not be a big problem. And also, it's not me alone, but it will be as a team. So we will discuss and we will come up with, plans that we think we will be able to achieve, and the plans that we think are important for the association. So just like I said, most of these plans are already existing. It's just a matter of maybe modifying and adjusting some of the plans. And also for the new ones, it can be a project where we can initiate it and see how where it will take us. Maybe we can initiate it here. The next executive can come and still continue with it if they think it is still beneficial for the association. I hope this answers your question.
Mic is off.
Are you speaking, Ibrahim?
In case you are
I'm not getting.
muted. And
Ibrahim, I'm having troubles hearing you. I don't know whether it's the
so
same.
Yeah, I think his
yes,
mic is
yes. Can
breaking
you
up.
hear me? I was saying, in case you have a question, Abubakar, so you can kindly, I mean, ask him before you move to the next candidate.
Yes, thank you very much. And Awaka, thank you very much for presenting this wonderful manifesto. As just Ibrahim just said, the programs are wonderful. They are really great things. If they can be achieved, or at least most of them can be achieved, it is going to really help Gasamians and the general public. Yeah. So that is it is really something. I have one questions concerning the on the on the academic support. You've mentioned no wait, is it an academic support? There is a place where you mentioned about, yeah, I think it's academic support, the case of master student and financial aids or something like that. Maybe if you can shed more light on it, how do you intend to look for financial support for students that are facing financial challenges? I'm sure this is something that will really help the membership of the association. So if you can shed a little bit light on that.
Yeah, thank you so much. Just like I was mentioning when I was talking about the manifesto, on that point, we all know that the master students are not currently receiving any stipend. So what I said there is to advocate. I don't. I'm not saying I will resolve the situation, but try by all means to advocate for it and try all the chances possible in order for the master students to have a scholarship from the Gambia government, and also to get a stipend from AMSI, a financial aid from AMSI. We all know, like at AMSI, every country is having a quota there, and the Gambia also has a quota at AMSI. So I will try to advocate for this so that the Gambian students can be the people that are doing masters here can be allocated to these quotas, because if we compare it, most of these students, if you compare it, those that are doing masters here and those that will go home, most of the time it's those that will go home. They are far more than the people that will stay here to do their masters. So I think if we advocate for it and we make monks understand the situation here, hopefully they will be able to allow us to have at least an access to AMSI stipend. The main target right now is for us to have access to the AMSI stipend. Then we can negotiate when it comes to the Gambia government stipend.
Thank you very much for that one. I think that is well answered. Yeah, I think we can move forward for now. We'll come back to your work, and we are not done. Yeah, so we can move to the next candidate.
Definitely, we are not done with him, but we will
Yeah,
certainly come back to ask some questions. And I think Gasamian that are
yeah,
following the program are also ready to come and ask as
yeah.
much questions as possible to their candidates, because this is the last opportunity that you have to get your points cleared by them.
Mhm,
So moving on,
mhm.
I guess we will. Is the same condition as that of Ibrahim Asilla. I mean, Mr. Musa Sise is also a candidate who was nominated. I mean, if shown his interest lately, by the way, I guess that was one of the reasons why he wasn't considered in the beginning, because with respect to the constitution, Seku, I mean, which says that in case a position is not occupied during the time of
Mhm.
application process, the electoral
Yeah,
committee is entitled or responsible for nominating a member the eve of the elections. And
yeah,
yesterday we have made a communication that Mr. Musa Sisi and Mr. Ibrahim were those two that we actually nominated. So it's
yeah,
really excellent to have you on board, Mr. Musa. But I think we
yeah,
will have really interesting questions for you, Musa, because you were actually one of those that were aware of the election process, application process was going on. Uh,
mhm.
Along the way, I guess you were delayed in applying. So to me, that brought a lot of questions. The fact that you were delayed in the application process, and I guess we had some conversations to make sure that you apply on time. But unfortunately, that didn't happen. So perhaps some members also would have the same question in mind. Why was this guy delayed with applying for an executive position? Because at the end
Mhm.
of the day, if you are delaying in applying for only an executive position, the central question would be, how would it be if you are there? I mean, if you are an executive member, imagine if you are very slow in applying, how would it be for you when you are really facing the issues with Gasam? So
Yeah,
this is not my question, but this could be a possible question by other, I mean, members of Gasam, because I'm sure you
yeah,
have escaped the campaign process, but at least we can ask you these kind of questions that might have been possible for you. So,
mhm.
Musa, can you kindly tell us why the delay, maybe? No.
Okay, I think I saw a message last time. Abubakar, can you hear me now? You say you didn't hear my introduction. Am I audible
Yeah, I
to
can. I can.
everyone? Okay. First of all, Ibrahim, the delay was due to my exams. That time I was having like my exams, and I was busy studying, trying hard to get good grades. That was the reason for the delay of my application. But as for the constitution, we also respect the constitution as it is there. So I'm apologizing for the late application. Okay, though I have prepared my manifesto, my application, I prepared all, but it was late for me to submit all the required documents. So I was asked to wait until when I'm nominated. So I'm apologizing once again to everyone for the late application. Yeah. As for the sports secretary, I'm aspiring to be the sports secretary. I know I have passion for sports. It has been my passion since my childhood, and I know I got some. That's a sign. That's a noise, please. Can I, can you mute your please, Adam? Oh, sorry. As for my exams, that's why I didn't apply on time, please. I'm apologizing for every Gazamian, okay? Uh, I apply for the sports secretary because I have a long passion of sport, a very strong passion for sports. I have some experience, though I was in Jarasoma. I was very active in the Jarasoma Sports Committee, where we organized a lot of tournaments, major tournaments. And at least, though I don't have that much experience to that extent, but at least I got some, some little knowledge about sports, how to manage everything that has to do with sports. So Adama was the former sport, and I also used to go to him and for advice to advise me on a lot of things, Yeah, but still now I'll be working with him even when I won the election. I'm gonna work with him, try and bring new ideas. Though there are many things that need to be improved in the sports domain in when it comes to Gazam, because I think the main focus of the sports secretary is always on football. I find it need for us to at least change and focus on other games like basketball, volleyball, or other. Football is not the only sport. We cannot deny the fact that football is the main sport or the most played sport in the world. But we should also find other alternatives. We can try volleyball. We can try basketball. Even we can even have a female football team. But though they are not enough capable physical, our females are not that physical capable of playing sports. But at least we can try and mobilize a female team that can participate in the SESAM level. I think that is a very good idea that I want to bring about when I'm elected. Yeah, and also we should try and bring like provide first aid for every player in the Gasam, because many people here when you come to imagine you are in exams, you leave your work and come to play. When you get injured, you don't have any alternative. When you don't have money, you can't cure yourself. At least we can have at least a small account where we can save. At least if a player is injured, we can take some there and heal the injured player, so that he can continue back with his business. Because if you are wounded and without no care, no medical care, no medical attention, it may waste your time here, because we are all here to achieve our goals, not only to focus on sports or other things, but also to achieve our, at least everyone here is intending to complete his bachelor's or master's and to go back with good results. So if you come here, come and represent Gazam during sports and you get injured without any medical attention or medical care, and you don't have that money, Morocco, things are hard here, I also want to try that and bring that into place, Yeah. And also this thing, as I said, I think basketball, Sesam used to organize basketball tournaments sometimes, I think. Oh, Adam, do Sesam used to organize basketball tournaments?
Yeah,
You are,
yeah,
am
yeah.
I, yeah, but since I came to Morocco, I never heard of we playing a basketball tournament or volleyball tournament or not a sports. It's time to move on, not only football. At least there are many people who can like the likes of Sehu, Hassan. They are a fan of basketball. They can be playing basketball at a high level, Even Musu, I can play basketball. Though I play football, but I can also play basketball. Volleyball too. When it comes to volleyball, I'm also good at that area. I think Gazam now should not only focus on football. We should also see other alternatives, Yeah. And also, I will try and give recognition to any participant in every Gasam event, because you cannot bring people together, they participate in a tournament, you just leave them like that, they go like that without any recognition. Many people sacrifice their time, to at least see the benefit of the Gasam. If we win, it's for all. It's not for only one person. It's for the benefit of all the Gasam. So if one participate and he participate very well in a tournament, or in a not only a tournament but in any other sport activity, he can be given recognition, given like certificate. At least he can be rewarded with a certificate to encourage other people to do the same thing. I also like to come up with another idea also, when it comes to the sports secretary. Like, I think in my manifesto, let me check. I also like to this thing. Like, for since I came to Morocco, I never heard of people organizing exercises like before a tournament. People should start preparing well before any tournament. You cannot just have a tournament and start mobilizing players from villes, come and play without. First, you should organize training sessions, exercise sessions to see the best players, and who are good at the position where they play. But you cannot just come to a tournament and say people like, come from Setar, let me call this boy from Setar, from Rabat, from another, from Tanzania, just come like that and play. Then I don't think we can achieve anything with that. I also want to improve, like, when the tournament is approaching, like a month or 2 months before, I want to organize training sessions for everyone. Yeah, and so that we can screen players and select the best among us. I think that's the best move we can do to improve. I don't think, and also doesn't miss to win a trophy. We compete in many different trophies here, but we end up being eliminated in the quarterfinal, or no. It's time now. Gaza, we have the players here. We have many good players here, but I think it's lack of preparation. That's why we cannot achieve many objectives we want in that way with the football team. But if you organize training sessions, screening play good players, seeing whether they are fit, or their position, I think that will at least help us and achieve our goals in any tournament we compete in. I hope my
Thank you.
initiative will be recognized, and though I'm not used to public speaking that much, I'm apologizing for everyone. Yeah, I think
No,
this is
no,
my first
you're
time
good.
to.
You're good.
I
And
think
you
this
are
is my
very good,
first time.
Musa.
This is my first time to participate in such things, like, yeah. But I think I'm also glad to once again participate in Gasam and serve Gasam, because Gasam is the only is the only organization we have here, and we should respect it. Yeah, and give it our best. We can.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Musa. I guess
I
you are
apologize.
actually. Now, you don't need to apologize. It's totally okay. I mean, you
Yeah,
have really, let me say, you are a man with vision, because
yeah,
at the end of the day, you were at the sideline, but you were observing a lot of things that needed to be improved in the level of the Gasam sport. As a department. In
yeah.
case any one of you is not speaking, can you have your mic muted, please?
You are free also to ask questions if you want me to answer any questions, please.
Certainly, we will have questions for you, Musa. In the meantime, you might want to have your mic muted, please.
Okay.
Sometimes the connections there will be interruptions between our voices. Thank you very much, Musa. Seku, like I was just saying, Musa is really a man with vision, for the for the Gasam Sports department, and I'm really optimistic that he might be somebody who will actually bring some improvement, in the level of the Gasam Sport department, and I am looking forward to that, inshallah. So perhaps you would have question for him, because the first question was me who directed it to him. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much, Ibrahim. And Musa, you presented well, you presented really well with regards to the plans that you have, even though, yeah, according to the situation, which you have already apologized, but I don't think it was, it was very valid, yeah, because it's a period, most of us are in exams, and yeah, still, some of us were able to, but yeah, that is the first priority though. But we accept your apologies for that. Yeah, and the plans that you you put forward here are really wonderful, and I believe it will move the sport department to another level. Yeah, but I have few things that I need more clarifications on. You have made mention about. I will start with the last point that you've mentioned, which is the regular training issue. I think that one it is really something that is affecting our team because we got some footballers are from different fields and hardly they are together to play. You know, to know each other. Although I don't know much in football or sport, but I think that is something that really affects the performance of the football team. Before they were doing well because most of the footballers were together for a long time and they have been playing together, so they understand each other. Then we used to win. We used to win. I think 2 3 years ago we won one of the tournaments, and even some years before that. Yeah, but recently the performance have really gone down. Yeah, but it is something really wonderful. If but the problem, the question that I have here is those regular training, bringing members from different fields, coming, bringing them together. There might be hindrances. One of them is the academic aspect of it. People are in different schools and in different institutions, so they have different timetables and so on. So it might be difficult to bring them together for such trainings. And number two is the financial aspect of it. If you are bringing these people together for such trainings, you will need financing for that. Because normally any football game that Gasam participates in, I think it is association that funds their transportation and other basic needs that they might need. So if you want to come up with this training, regular training, which will really improve the performance of the team, but it will also incur so many financial needs. So I don't know how do you plan to address address that so that this plan will really work for the association.
Yeah, thank you for that question, Siu. That was a very good question. Yeah, as I said earlier, that's a very good thing that
Am I audible, please?
we go.
I just want to interrupt you for a second, Musa. Sorry about that. In case you
Yeah,
can
no,
be a little bit direct, straightforward to answer the question, that would be appreciative. Because as you know, we allocated 2 hours for the program. Otherwise, it will interrupt our next activity. So perhaps you can just be
okay.
straightforward for the answer. Thank you.
No problem. Thank you. As for that, I think first of all I'm gonna create a group chat. I think currently there is no group chat, a sport group chat. Everything used to be communicated in the main group of Gasam, but I think the team also should have a main group chat where we can communicate things that should be improved, things that should be done. Yeah, I think that's the first thing I should do. Then second, I know that will be very difficult due to the financial circumstances to many people here. You cannot be bringing people like that from the village without refunding them with their fare. I'll also try and see whether I will be able to do my best and try to refund their fares because you cannot go to a tournament without preparations. At least they can prepare. I can at least motivate everyone to tell everyone to prepare at their will level, at least to be going for some exercise, regular exercise, going for trainings. And then we organize one training session, last training session, where we will be taking the most fittest people, the fittest people who are trained regularly. Yeah, I think that's how I'm going to make things. And I also try
Yes.
also to refund their fears also. I will try by all means, and allocate funds where players will be refunded their fees when they come for the last training session too. And the same thing when they participate in a sport tournament too. I
Okay.
hope that
Refunding the
answers
fare
your
is a
question.
good thing, but do you mean yes? Just a little clarification. Refunding the fare is something good, which we all
Yeah.
expected. But do you mean it will come from the coffers of the association, or you intend to find other means that you will gain more funds to do that?
Well, I right now I think the main source will be from the coffers of the association, but I think also we can search another alternatives too. Like if you participate in any tournament, we win the tournament. I think we can get some cash there or other things. That's why it's very good to prepare well so that we can win many tournaments to get more funds available. And also we may print t-shirts also. Yeah, I think if t-shirts and say each player must we will make it like each Gazambian must have the team t-shirt. I think we can sell it at a reasonable price, but it will also generate profit for the association, also for the department. I think, but right now the main income will be from the association coffers. But I will also see different means. Yeah, as we know, we should not just sit down and try to do everything, take everything from the association covers, but we will try other alternatives too. If that will work, I think I will try as many means as possible. Even I myself, I think I will even contribute as a sports secretary if I'm elected. Not everything should come from this account covers. Then that will link us to bankruptcy, I think.
Okay, thank you very much. I think that is really well answered. So don't forget me to include me in your regular
Yeah.
training sessions, so that I can become a footballer. Be part of that. Yes, thank you, Ibrahim. Yes, you can
Yeah,
go
no
ahead if you have
problem.
questions for you.
Yeah, Ibrahim, you go
Thank
first.
you. Thank you very much, Seku. That was a really, very interesting question and interestingly handled by Mr. Musa Sise. I guess,
Yeah.
as I told you, he's actually a man with vision who have seen a lot of things that needs to be improved in the level of the association, and he's actually, voicing it out here. So I don't. I have, of course, a lot of questions for you, Musa, but I think to make sure that we maximize the time that we have and we optimize the little time, we can just kindly move forward to the next candidates that we have on the list, who is Mr. Sheikh Sise and Mr. Adam Abba, who will be vying for the position of a vice president. I guess this was the moment that we were all waiting for, Seku. uh, Normally, over the years, things have been a little bit more interesting when it comes to Gasam debates, because
The election
we
debates.
have,
Yeah.
candidates who are opponents, and during this session, a lot of insights are being shared by both candidates or by the candidates who vie for certain positions. A lot of interesting ideas. It's a battle of ideas. It's people. Visionaries who come up with their wonderful, ideas on how to contribute to our noble association. So, notwithstanding, I guess we will just welcome Mr. Sheikh Sise, just to make sure that we follow the same chronology to at least take us through his manifestos. From there, we will ask him, we will give Adama also the opportunity to do the same, and after we will ask them questions. Thank you, sir. You are welcome, please.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ibrahim Jallo. I mean, I am indeed honored, to present my manifesto as a candidate for the position of vice presidency. As a dedicated member of this association, I am committed to fostering an environment that promotes unity, empowerment, and holistic growth of every member. My vision is to build on our shared value, address our challenges, and create opportunities for us all to thrive academically, socially, and culturally. I came with just few
Mm.
plans.
Sorry for
Um,
the interruption, Mr. Sheikh. Uh, I don't know if it is the same thing with everybody, but I would like you to at least increase your voice a little bit so that you can be better, heard by the members, please.
are you getting me now clearly?
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. You
Are
can
you
go
getting me
ahead,
clear
please.
now?
I do. I do. I can hear you very well.
Okay, thank you very much. Let me start again. Thank you once again, Mr. Ibrahim Jallo. For this opportunity. I am indeed honored to present my manifesto as a candidate for this position of vice president. As a dedicated member of this association, I am committed to fostering an environment that promotes unity, empowerment, and holistic growth of every member. My vision is to build on our shared value, address our challenges, and create opportunities for all to thrive academically, socially, and culturally. My plans are as follows. I came with few plans. The first one, which is strengthening community bond. I mean, with I am coming with mentorship program because already the association has already established a mentorship program for only the new students. But this thing is targeting the entire student body here in Morocco. I mean, it's going to guide them towards their full academic journey here in Morocco. Because over the years, I have observed something that most of the students, or some of the students, I mean, after spending a year or two in their universities, lack of some of the experience, they will change to another university. I think with my this mentorship program, it can help those students understand more about the courses and also help them when it comes to any academic issues that they're facing. And the next thing that I am wanting to come about with online events, because recently I've seen something. I mean, some of my friends that went back home are finding it very, very difficult to to have a job. My this online event is to bring students here in Morocco, of course, engineering students together, economic students together, the medical students together to talk about national issues. And I think by doing those things, I mean, some people out there who are watching these things, or who will be watching those online events, can see some of our brains that we have here and can easily offer them jobs. And the other point is advocacy and representation. I am blessed to be in a university called Mohammed VI Polytechnic, University of Mohammed VI Polytechnic. I mean, we, of course, normally organize conferences and invite a lot of key holders from the Gambia. Just recently, I have met with someone who is working at the Ministry of Youth. And then I had the opportunity to talk to him about some of the difficulties, I mean, that we, the Gambian students, are facing here and see how best we can solve those things. Then we had the opportunity also to forward those messages, I mean, to one National Assembly member in order to help us to solve some of our challenges that we are facing as Gambian students studying in Morocco. And I've also met, I mean, the director of the University of the Gambia. He came here for a conference, and we also had the same, we also had similar discussion about some of the challenges that we're facing here. And I mean, the next thing which I think is very, very also important, which is, I mean, enhancing existing programs and activities of Gasam. And some of the programs which I think are very, very important to, enhance, which are the Bantaba and other online events. And I want to also establish one activity which is called the Gasam Book Time. Because over these years, I mean, I've learned a lot of things from books. And of course, I mean, someone's 20 years experience, 10 years experience is being accumulated in only one book that you can read for weeks or, or a month to finish. And then you're going to understand how to go with those things. I think it's something very, very important. It can help in personal growth. And the way I am planning to come with this thing is, I mean, after having a book that which is very, very interesting and can help us in so many ways, we're going to divide it into chapters and then share it among review levels. So giving an allocated time for it, either 2 weeks or 3 weeks, after which each view is going to send a member who's going to present their chapter. So instead of going to read the entire book for 4 months, someone can explain it to you within weeks, and then like we're all going to understand the importance of books at that point. I think I made myself clear, and thank you very much, Mr. Ibrahim Jallo.
Thank you very much, sir, for that wonderful presentation of manifesto. The plan is indeed really, well put, and you have great plans. But before I give you my questions, I think I will allow your opponent, which is Mr. Adama, to present his manifesto. Then I will be in a better position to ask a question to both of you. Yes, Adama. So if you can come forward and present your manifesto. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much, Sheku. First of all, I would like to thank you, Ibrahima, Yasin, your team. You guys are really doing well for the association from the very beginning. Well, the fact that I've sent my manifestos in many of in all the villes, so I will just dive into the plans to save us some time. Okay, the first plan it will be I executing my functions vested on me as the vice president of Gasam, as mentioned in the constitution, the final edition, of course, if I get. And the second plan I wanna come with will be the feedback system, the anonymous feedback system. Boom. Don't get me wrong. Every executive, is open to critics, recommendation whatsoever. That's normal in the executive. I've not been seeing these critics. I'm not seeing those recommendations. So I feel like okay, let's do it this way. Like let it be anonymous. Because the thing is it's not like maybe people are feared, but Gasam is very small and almost every general member have that one close tight friend in the executive. So at some point you will have something very important or you want to criticize the executive, but due to that individual, you'll be like, no, it's good, let me just forget it. So you will have the chance to do it when you're like, okay, nobody will know your name, nobody will know who is doing this. We'll just send you a message there, and and then if we apply it, if it's something that's very good, if you apply it, you will feel that you are heard, you'll feel that what your concern is being heard and executed. Because come to think of it, like I mean, every association or even human being generally, you need that somebody or that something or someone whatsoever to be telling you, hey, is this, hey, is that, hey, is that. So that this will only better us. Like we are not perfect, we are not perfect rather, and so and Gasam, is full of well experienced people who with this system. I think they will just branch there. It will not take them a lot of time. They will just branch there, write whatsoever they want to write. You know, and we will check it to see how it will improve us as executive. That's the feedback animal system. So the third one, I believe, will be my key focus. That is, uh, I want to focus on trying to execute some of the plans brought by former executives. Gasam have amazing executive back over the years, and unfortunately, some of their plans could not be implemented due to maybe too much of them. I mean, things like that are expected when you gather a lot of like you only got like eight amazing people together. I mean, things like those are obviously expected, maybe to have one or two leftovers. So I feel like got some plans, mashallah, we are good, but we kind of not executing them all. So I want this year to come to do that, to focus on doing that. Some of these plans that are not executed. As I mentioned in my manifesto, I work with these former executives, try to bring, because obviously there are these plans that they are not executed and they are very very important, obviously. So I will try to work with them and see how best we can implement them. But I can sit down, draw my own plans, write whatever I want to write, and come say, okay, this and this and this and this. But what will happen is like at the end of the day, I will not able to come and execute all these plans because like there is like saving other people who have to execute their plans. So okay, I want to be okay, like okay, now I take it this way. Okay, now look, I'm not like this. You're coming with that too much plan. I'll be there, like the sandpaper of this association, collecting things, the breaking blocks, build something out of it. Not every time building, digging foundation, digging foundation, digging foundation. I mean, there's too much of that, and we are not still building a room or a house rather. So we need a house or a roof, and people can sleep over it. I mean, that's at the end of the day, that's better than trying to if you build foundation, try to build many plans, and at the end of the day, they are not going to execute it, and everybody will forget about them. So that's the plan this year. I just want to come and focus on that. And say, Empresa, this is what I this year have for the association. So thank you very much. Shego.
I mean, your mic is off, Sebu.
Sorry for that. Yeah, thank you very much, Adama, for presenting that wonderful, manifesto. And your plans are also, very important, very great ones that you have. And the idea of, trying to improve, work on some of the projects that are already there. I think it's something that, yeah, it's really commendable because Gasam have projects that, they are really beneficial to the members. They just need some upgrading. And I think your opponent also have some similar things like that. Both of you have in your manifestos, points that are kind of similar and having the same objective. Perhaps not, maybe the method that you are going to use to attain them might be different, but they are almost at the same objective. So this question is going to both of you. So what makes each of you the perfect candidate for this job? In other words, what make you stand out from your opponent. So I will start with Sheikh. He's the one who presented his manifesto first. So Sheikh, you can go ahead and answer the question. Then afterward, Adam will come. I hope you get the question.
Thank you very much, Sebu Dembo, for that question. Yeah, I think experience, of course, make the difference. Because, I mean, I've been here for 4 years. I've learned a lot of things from Gasam. And currently, I'm serving as a vice president of the student body at the Department of GTI, where I accumulate a lot of experience, where I learn a lot of skills when it comes to leadership. And the other thing is, I'm currently working with a team, the UMSSP Vision 2030. I mean, on how best to, establish some of the problems that we may face in the future and how best to solve them. And right now, I'm working with a team also in the Gambia on how best to mentor students, especially grade 9 students and grade 12 students. Because we've seen that, most of them will graduate from grade 12 without actually knowing what they want to do. So, I mean, leadership experience, I've accumulated a lot of leadership experience over the years. And I think those things actually makes the difference. And currently I'm doing a master's in industrial technology, which has also equipped me with some skills that I think are very, very important when it comes to development of association. And I think those were some of the things that actually makes the difference. And thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir, for that wonderful answer. It is really well answered. Adam, I don't know whether you like me to repeat the question or you had the question.
It's good. It's good. Should I answer it,
Thank
right?
you. You can go ahead. Yes, you can go ahead, please.
Uh, okay. First of all, I will start by thanking Mr. Sexy for actually volunteering to come to SAP Noble Association, and I will congratulate you for that. Bon, on these questions, for me, I think when it comes to serving, first thing is about dedication, then presence, and the experience he is saying. Bon, I said dedication. Uh, I think the difference between me and my adversary here will be might be dedicated. Who is more dedicated to the association here, and who is ready or committed to serve the association at all cost. Okay, I brought it this way because we are talking about someone who seniored me in this kingdom for 2 years before I came. I met him here. I first stepped the giant step to serve Gasam. You understand? In the beginning of the tenure, we all were here, Epic Gasam, we see what happened. Criticism, everything, all sort of things happen. But here I am today also, vying for the position, vying for another position to serve Gasam. I think this speaks volumes of our dedication, who is dedicated to serve Gasam. This alone speaks volumes of that. That is dedication. Presence. We are talking about someone over this past year. I mean, in Epic Gasam tenure, he's not been seen. Like he's been like a ghost. Say sorry if that sounds bad. He didn't attend any of Epic Gasam event, and just suddenly he saw up and want to serve. I mean, that's quite that intrigued me. I it really intrigued me, and for me, I think my presence in Gasam it's not only me being an executive member. Over the past years, I've been here. Uh, I've been honored to be out as Gasam was active by Mega Gasam. As we know, you cannot just wake up and have that out. You only have that out when like you do something. You understand? So I feel like I'm being more present. Like what led me to my adversary here. That's a different experience. Yeah. Before the first time I was applying, you might say there was nothing like that. But this time, I mean, I'm current executive member, and I've been voluntarily been involved in some activities over the years. So you find out that I have gathered a bunch of experiences to be the best candidate for this person. Say he's a great guy. I'm not taking anything away from him, and he's saying his experience and all that. I understand, but I think even the experience here, if you think of it like it's a bit different. Like me, I have the experience in Gasam, like it's first hand, and for him, it's leadership though, but it's not in Gasam. And I feel like, believe it or not, it's always different. The experience you have in Gasam and the experience you got somewhere else is always different, believe it or not. So I also have this Gasam, leading in Gasam experience that I feel is also different. So thank you very much. I hope I really answered your question, Sego.
Thank you very much, Adamo, for that answer. It is answered. Yeah, Ibrahim, if you have questions, please you can go ahead. Ibrahim, are you there? Ibrahim? It seems your mic is muted. I don't know. I'm not getting you. Please, can you any of you confirm that whether we are hearing Ibrahim?
Well, I'm not hearing him though.
Ibrahim, I think there is problem with your mic. No, not
Yeah, we are not getting you.
I hope you have taken lunch. Anyways, yeah, those. Well, he comes. I think I I will ask this question to all of you while Ibrahima is trying to work on his that technical trouble. So this question goes to all of you, all the candidates. So starting from the I don't know who was the first person. Anyways, let me put the question forward first. So the question is, what is the first thing that you want to address when you get to the executive, when you are elected into office? What is the first thing that you will want to address? So I will start. Ibrahim, are you around?
Yes, I am.
Has Ibrahim, have you presented your manifesto?
I've been asked questions. I didn't present any manifesto because I'm not
You were
having
asked,
any at the
right?
moment.
You were asked, right?
Yes.
Good. I was not here then. Thank you very much. So you can go ahead and answer this question, please.
I mean, off head right now. The most thing I'm interested in just to correct. Firstly, we'll have to correct that in ourselves, as in like if we are elected to be the executive, the ones leading, and then the general members will follow. That is the timeliness of Gasamian. I know it's very very difficult, but then it is something I believe if we put effort into it, we'll be able to change it. We have to like stop these what we call the Gambian time or African time. When we schedule times or when we schedule things for a time, they should start at that time. Yeah, it is normal. We understand there are some inconveniences of like connections and whatnot here. We can accept that. But then we cannot accept that people will put in their time and their effort, resources into something program something, put it into place, like program it for a time, and then people will come appear in that venue for like 3 hours after, 4 hours after, or maybe even not come. So that is something I think we as like the people that lead in the association and also the general members to should change a lot about that. And one way I look forward to like addressing that is If I am elected into office and we schedule a program to start by 2, it's going to start by 2, whether people are there or not. The little people that are available, we are going to start by 2. Tu poseras ta tête sur l'oreiller et reposera ton âme et ton cœur, car Dieu contrôle ta vie et agit dans ton
Sorry,
cœur.
Ibrahim, I think you are breaking.
Il faudra que cela arrive. Alors s'il te plaît, chasse. Okay, I don't know whether you had me from the start. I was saying
Yes, at 2 o'clock. Yes, when the program is supposed to start at 2 o'clock.
when a program is supposed to start at 2 o'clock and end by 2, if you come, like the program is going to start by 2 with the people available there, and it is only going to end by 4. If you come 20 minutes before and expecting that program to have start by 3 and then conclude in 5, that's your loss. We at 4 o'clock we are going to stop, and the 20 minutes you have in the program, that's what you get from it. And I believe from that when we start, like we the people leading, we the people are setting programs. If we started if we start starting our programs by the time, people will start coming by the time. If once somebody come to a program and find that they've set time at 2 o'clock, I came by 3 and the program ended before I was there. The next time the person, I believe, if you want to be present in that program, will be there on time. So I think this is at the spot right now. This is something I'm very intrigued about, and I will want us ourselves, as in ourselves, and also people following to work on that and like try to change that. So,
Thank you very much. I think that is something that definitely we need to change. We need to change that attitude of ourselves. Definitely, it is affecting us and it is retarding our development. Yes, thank you very much, Silla, for that. Ibrahim, are you there before we move out forward? Ibrahim, Jejal. Is he back? Yes. Ibrahim, you can go ahead and ask your question to those two people before I continue. The others continue answering their questions. Yeah. I'm not still getting Ibrahim.
Yeah, Jalla, sorry, we are not getting you.
Ibrahim, we are not getting you. I don't know what is the problem over there.
Well, I'm very sorry about that, because normally when you are
Yes.
dealing with having online programs, this is one of the downsides.
Exactly. Yeah.
Internet problems, but I hope that it's been resolved now.
Yes, we are hearing you now. You can go ahead.
just
That one is inevitable. It's
just
technical
just a
stuff.
second.
Yeah.
Bon, my question was to Ibrahim Silla. I know I will come back to the question to give Adama and Mr. Sia a question, but to Ibrahim Silla, uh, as you are aware, it's mostly to facilitate communication and the interest of the members when it comes to Gasam activities. Gasam have about 8 to 9 will representative right now, and the let's say the media department have three department members plus the how to call it, the PRO himself. You when you go to the committee for the social and cultural department, they are about how to call it, they are about five in number. So when you go to the sport department, you have equally about 5 members in that department. So, in a nutshell, what I'm just trying to do is to put context, and you equally have 8 executive members. So, if you count, you will have approximately 20 people that are in these general leadership positions. So, I mean, to me, sometimes it's really difficult to understand having to see a program being organized by Gasam or being organized by the PRO and his team. But at the end of the day, you will not see nothing more than 3 people in the program following on live Facebook. So I ask myself, where are the executives? Where are the representatives? Where are these committee members? Are they really not aware of the program that is going on? So it's more of how would you make sure that You have all these bodies, three or four, bodies of the association that I've just mentioned here, being actively engaged when it comes to the activities of the association, especially those that happens online. So I might really be very interested in hearing from Ibrahim Silla to actually respond to this question. Thank you.
I mean, if you really like modulate your question, I really do not understand what you want to get from that question.
Well, it's more of when elected, for example, how are you intending to go about unifying or consolidating all these leadership, sections of the association to make sure that they fully participate in the activities of GASAM, especially those that happen online?
Okay. All these ad hoc or committees you've mentioned, they are, apart from like the executive, these people are still just general members. They are not. No gentleman is obliged like forcefully you are going to attend this online event. So you cannot like say to anybody, even the executive, to say forcefully you are going to attend this event. I think what you can do as a person, look at the type of events people are most interested in, and propose those type of events to them, and like also the timing. Um, I can also say, yeah, most of the time it happens that events are organized during the timing that is not favorable to most of people. Some people will be at school and all that. So, but then before events, you could you can do surveys and know that the time people will be, most of the people will be available. Most of the people will be available, and also the programs people will be most interested to attend. If you have a survey, if you did a survey before the program, there you will have like an idea of the people, the amount of people that is interested in this program, and the amount of people that will be wanting to attend the program, and at the time they will be wanting to attend the program. I think by that you can maximize the number of people you will get from your online event. But to say just because somebody is an ad hoc committee, I think even being an ad hoc committee, you are not the executive. You are still a general member, so you cannot be forced to attend. Nobody can be forced to attend any online event. So I think the best thing anybody can do as the executive is to like do surveys before your events, know what type of events people are most interested in, and the times people are most available and days people are most available, and like schedule your events on the times. I hope that's answered your question.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Silla, for that wonderful answer. Uh, Actually, as I was saying, it's greatly answered, by the way, but I think efforts needs to be taken more onto having these various sections of the association, because at the end of the day, this is why all these sections are being included in the association, to make sure that they fully take responsibility of the leadership, like of ownership of the association. Because let's suppose you consider them as general members, as we just say here right now, as we just say that they are not being obliged. Of course, to me personally, I believe every Gasamian is being obliged in one way or the other to attend Gasam events, to make sure that, because at the end of the day, we have a constitution that guides us, and in the constitution, I mean, we have in several places, in which Gasamians, as individuals, we are obliged, we have that obligation to keep that bond or to keep that unity and brotherhood that actually exists between us as members. So imagine in certain events that we are required to be there to make sure that we actually foster this relationship that we're talking about. You don't have the right people that are needed to be there. You don't have the numbers. So to me, I guess it's not just a choice, but it's more of an obligation that it is on us. So having to have a mechanism to make sure that you fully, I mean, and so that they participate in events would be really, something that would be solid and would yield a lot for the association. So thank you for your response. I think if you have anything to say on that, you can come forward. Otherwise, I would just move on to the uh, vice presidents. Okay, I guess still Ibrahim, how to call it, Mr. Say, no, uh, Sekudemba, thank you very much for that wonderful questions to these two candidates. I was really smiling at the time they were here answering to these questions. Trust me, I mean, both candidates really, I mean, were able to highlight reasons why they are the best candidates for this post. To me personally, I know both of them are really capable for handling this position if elected as the new vice president of the association. I have no doubt about that, and most of them, all of them have a lot to bring on the table, and I'm actually looking forward to that. And as you know, this is not in Gasam, nobody lose. Like we are all winners. Like there is no lose and win game. So at the end of the day, I mean, the most important thing is to have the one that would serve the best interest of the association, and we know all of them can do it. So I would like to know the fact that Adama has been among the executive committee. Sheikh also have been a very experienced member when it comes to Gasam. Uh, I mean, what would be the first thing that you guys think would be very important for you to address when you come, in case you are elected as an executive member? What would be the first important thing that the executive as a whole you will put forward to them to address as soon as possible to make sure that the I mean to ensure the smooth running of the association? Because I mean, in any activity or in any association, you have this first thing that you have to handle first before you move to the other parts of or to the other needs that you might want to address. So I would like to know how deep are you, both of you, in the association? How, what is your level of awareness on what is what the association really need at this point in time? What is urgent and what needed to be prioritized before the other thing? We will go with Mr. Adamaba.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Ibrahim, for the question. Like, what will I first address if I'm elected in office? You asking? Okay, for me, I think the first thing will be effective communication. Between the executive, if elected, and the other, the G3, the V reps, and all that. Like you used to call it, Ibrahim, consolidation. Yeah, it's very important. First, there have to be efficient communication, effective communication between us and these sub branches. You know, so by this in this effective communication, we try to build like familiarism, because if there is this little bit of, if we are not like too familiar with these other people, the sub branches, I mean, you find out that at some point in the long run, this will haunt us. Because at some point we might need that intervention. They will not come through for us and all. But once we try and build that effective communication, efficiency, and all that, you'd see that like they will also be there for us. And for me, if you ask me, to start up, like for a start, it's communication. In whatsoever you're doing, first you have to have communication. So that's that being the case, or that being said, it will be the first thing I will really address. I'm doing it. I'm saying this because I'm currently serving as the executive, and I know how important communication is. So that's why it will be something that I will really jump into when elected in office. Thank you very much, and I hope I answered your question.
Thank you very much, Adama, for that wonderful response. Let's hear from Sheikh.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ibrahim Ajalo, for that wonderful question. Of course, if I'm elected to be, the vice president of this association, the first issues that I will address will be, the participation of, members. Because I've seen that over the years, we experience in low participation when it comes to activities, when it comes to some activities. And I have two observations, but they are not based on fact. And the strategy that I want to put in place as an industrious person is to have a survey sort of which is going to be, a form sort of whereby all the general members are going to fill those forms and, share with us what is their main problem. Why is it that they didn't used to attend to these events? And then from that, we can base our conclusion on fact, and then see how best to solve those things. I think I have answered your question.
For answering that question. I guess it's really, really clear for having to know what the real problem is right now and equally proposing solutions to address the said problem. Seku, in case you have questions for them further, I guess it will be interesting to have to ask.
Yes, thank you very much. Adama and Sheikh, your answers are wonderful. I think it was just similar thing to what I was asking before. So I think I asked them all of them with similar question. So I think Sila responded, and the two of them already responded. So maybe you can move to Musa. Musa, maybe you can also answer to the same question. I don't know whether you would like for us to repeat the question. Musa, are you around?
Yeah, okay, I'm around.
Yes. Do you need for us to repeat the question, or you already had it? What is the first thing that you want to address when you get to office?
Yeah, I think I have. Thank you for the question. I think I have a tournament that will be that some organized that we should play. I think in 3 weeks time. I think yeah. I think that will be my first tournament to play when I'm elected into office. I think I'm going to focus on. Currently, I'm in Rabat. I think there are many players around me here. There is a lot of players around me here, so I'm going to mobilize them. We start training as soon as possible, so that we can at least yield good results in the tournament. At least we will not only participate, but also go and bring the trophy for our beloved Gasam.
Thank you
Yeah,
very
I
much.
think that's the
Thank you
first
very,
thing I'm gonna do when I'm elected. Yeah.
thank you very much. And who else do we have? Abubakar. Abubakar.
Yes.
Yes. The same question to you also.
Okay. So the question is like, what would be the first thing to address when it comes to office?
Yes.
Is it the same question?
What is the first thing that you want your office executive to address when you get to office?
There's a noise. There's a noise somewhere. Somebody should off their mic.
Do you get the
There's
do
a
you get the
child.
question?
There's a child. There's a child speaking somewhere.
Musa, can you? Oh, I don't know whether it's Musa's end. Thank you. Can you mute your mic, please? Is it? Oh, okay. All right. Abubakar, if you can go ahead, please.
Yeah. First, like as a president, what I believe is when you come into office, first thing before doing anything, you first have to, after passing through the transition, is to get yourself oriented, and organize yourself. Know what is happening in the association and what have been going on, and also to review the documents that are in the association. Before you even do anything else, you have to go through all the documents, the previous documents that the previous executive were doing. Meet with, and also to organize a meeting with maybe the G3 and also the executive members. Also, to the next thing you can do is to set your goals and also your priorities
Can you just
as
give
an
me one? I said
executive.
one thing.
Okay. Okay,
One
so
thing.
the one thing in general is to get yourself oriented and organize yourself, just like I said, to review the documents and know what to do. Then familiarize yourself with what is going on there before you can do anything.
Good. Thank you very much. That is really good. We are running out of time. Our time is exhausted. Ibrahim, if you can go ahead, please.
Yes, Seku. Thank you very much. I guess to be
This boy
honest,
want to take all our time. This boy want to take all our time.
I know him. You know, he can elaborate a lot. I don't know if he used to be a professor or what.
Definitely.
Bon, I guess we don't have much time because already another activity is supposed to be starting. I guess at this time. So we have delayed for a few minutes, but I guess we have asked maximum reasons for members to at least weigh between these candidates that we have, especially those that have the opponents, and make the right choice. And hopefully, we will attain the goal that we all yearning towards achieving, inshallah. So that being said, I guess it's no question from my end. In case if you have any question, you can say it. But I just want to remind also members, as you know, voting is just coming to start, right? Just in few minutes. We in 10 minutes time, the program is supposed to end, and voting should be starting. But then I want to tell you that you should be really ready to how to call it to vote for this. Candidates on time. Let's try to respect the time, please, because deja we have passed through all the other stages. So, what would it mean for you to register your vote and at the end you don't, how to call it, vote? So, that would actually be something undesirable. But we still entering into the other part of the debate, which is the questioning between the two candidates. That is having Sheikh or Adama to question each other. Uh, so for that, I guess I would call on Sheikh first to ask his question directly to Adama, and let's have Adama answer it. From there, vice versa. Sheikh, you are welcome.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ibrahim. I just want to ask this, I mean, to my opponent here, which is, I mean, what are the strategies that you're going to put in place when there is, of course, a conflict that comes, I mean, among the executive members?
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Sir. Well, your question is what are the strategies I will put in place when there is conflict among the executives? Well, for me, I think to solve a solution, a problem or a conflict, is communication. Like I'm coming back to communication. It's very important because it's the only way you can solve a conflict. You have to sit and discuss the matter, and then and then see and find a solution. Obviously, so we can only do that through communication to solve a conflict among executive members. We have to sit back, discuss, and see how and find out a solution. But if you ask me, I will tell you like that will be the strategy I will definitely use when we had a conflict in the executive level if elected. Thank you, and I hope that answered your question. If not, maybe we can give it a shot.
Thank you very much for answering my question. Thank you.
Thank you, Sheikh. I hope your question was well answered. So let's give Adam Abba also the opportunity to ask a question to Mr. Sheikh.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Ibrahim. Well, my question will be the question I have for my advisor. Well, for me, like, I think it's like a more of curiosity. Yeah, well, like I mentioned in my first answer that you not being present. You understand? Over the past years, you kind of been not seen. So I'm intrigued. Like, what changed? I'm just curious. Like, what changed?
Okay, I think this question is kind of personal, but I will try by all means on, I mean, trying to answer this question. I
No,
mean,
no. Okay, no. Like, what will happen is
no,
drop this question because
don't
it's personal
worry.
and it's not
Let
part of the
me
rules. Okay.
let me try on answering these things. Okay, don't worry. You can go. You can answer. You can answer. Don't worry.
Oh, okay, okay. Thank you very much. And sorry for that. Sorry for that. Okay, my question will be you made mention of Gasam book time, right? Gasam book time.
Yeah.
And my doubt is Arabic students are part of Gasam. So how are you willing to include these Arabic students for also benefit in this Gasam book time? Like I want to know what plan do you have for this Arabic
Okay.
student? Concerning for that, they are also Gasamians. They are paid their contribution fees as everyone. So
Okay.
what's there for them in this plan?
Thank you very much. I mean, you've mentioned, I mean, the Gasam book time. In my manifesto, I didn't mention any place where I mentioned like this book time is only for English students. I mean, this book time is for Gasamians. Understand? So if I am elected and I'm to implement this thing to be part of the things that we're gonna implement, of course, like when there is a book that we're gonna treat, it's gonna be either an Islamic book or any book, any other book. You understand? If it is an Islamic book, then the Arabic students are involved. Even if it is something that is about group, personal group, the Arabic students are also involved because everyone needs personal groups, personal growth. You understand? So it's not only for the I mean English students. It's for Ghanaians. I think I've answered your questions.
Thank you very much, Adama and Chef, for those wonderful questions and responses. Ibrahima, Jalo.
Yes, I guess those were very interesting response. I don't know if it would still be interesting to give them one more question because we still have 4 minutes to go. So perhaps hearing from them more would ease the choice that members women would have to make between the two of them. Can we give them just to be brief? Each of you have 30 seconds to ask a question and maybe 1 minute to answer it by the other candidates. Let's start with Adam at this time.
Uh, okay. Thank you so very much, Ibrahim, for that again. A question that I might have to share. Well, how do you manage to? How fast will you able to respond when you get some calls? Because considering the fact that you are you are not like close to Rabat, if I'm correct. So how fast could you be responding to Gasam's call, especially when you need it at Rabat? Because obviously the vice president and the president are the people who are most engaged with the administration stuffs at Gasam. When the president is not out there, the vice president intercede. So yeah, like that's my question. I don't know if you understand. Like, how fast will you be able to respond?
Yeah, thank you very much. I think that's not a big deal because I mean, before even applying for these things, I've already calculated all those things. Because I'm living in Bangalore, which is almost close to 3 hours to Rabat, and I've already calculated all those things. So, like, I mean, coming to Rabat is not going to be a big deal, of course, when I mean, when the needs arrive. Because I learned that the president is currently living in Casablanca, and of course, if I'm selected to be the vice president, that's not going to be a big deal. You know, 3 hours drive from Bengiri to Rabat is not going to be a big deal for me.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Yeah. For you, there are other question that I have. I'm not sure whether I have another question to post, but yeah, I don't have any question to post. And thank you very much.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very
Yeah.
much. You're welcome.
Interesting. Right. Yeah.
Thank you, Adama, for answering to that question. I think now we are right at the age of the debate. So, Seku, do you have any questions for them, please?
Now I think I have answered. I've asked all the questions that I had for them. They really did well. In answering the questions, they tried to the best of their abilities. So just to call on the general members to try and participate in the election, in the voting that is going to be, starting soon. We have about 3 hours to do the voting. So please let it not be like the application process and the registration process where we have to come to you time to time over and over again for you to do the applications and then the registrations. So we have just 3 hours for you to do the voting, and it is very important for you to know that each of these candidates need at least you know, 50% of the votes to be able to, be the next, be part of the next executive. So we call on you, we encourage you to participate in the election. You know, thank you very much, and good luck to all the candidates. Best of luck.
Thank you. Thank you very much. So, just a quick reminder to those of us who are following the program and the executive, the aspiring executive that are with us. It's just more of telling a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. Let's have everybody participate and vote fully. Let's have 100%, votes. Because at the end, like I said, you registering without voting is just like wasting your time during the registration process. So please, let's participate in the voting process and make this thing happen and decide on the next executive who will be leading our association, inshallah. Thank you very much, the candidates. I wish all of you the best of luck, and I hope that the best candidates, and always, as I say, all of you are the best candidates for these positions. So may Gasam win at the end of the day, and that's what will happen, that inshallah. So thank you for being with us.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ibrahim.
See you at